Hello my beautiful kings and queens, it is I, Miss Buenty again. Now the title of my video. As a black woman, it's something that I have experienced from a very young age. It's something that's always kind of made me feel body conscious and very kind of unconfident with the appearance of my body. And it's not so much just via what we see via the media, like on TV, magazines, and yada yada, but I've actually been unfortunate enough to always kind of feel awkward by my fellow black brothers and sisters, actually. um Although this video was actually kind of inspired by a comment that was made by, I don't know if this guy is like a comedian or an actor, I don't even know what his name is, but there's a white guy that was retweeted onto my timeline ages ago. He's verified on Twitter, so I'm guessing he's known for something. He basically made a comment saying that you're not a black woman if you basically have a flat ass or flat boobs. And then that kind of made me think about various negative body issues that I've had to deal with from a very young age. And to be honest, I feel like I've only really become confident with like who I am and my appearance and my body shape for about maybe the last 2-3 years, and that was a journey within itself. Now basically from a young age, doing primary school days here in the UK, so I'd say when I was about from age 8, 9, 10ish, around that age group, I used to be picked on, especially by one black guy in particular, for being dark skinned and fat. And he used every single opportunity possible to make it known that I wasn't pretty like the other girls. At school, they would do like school discos and stuff, and some of the guys would pick like pretty girls that they want to, dance at disco or attend disco and stuff. And I was just never that girl that was ever invited to disco by anybody, or nobody wanted to dance with me because I wasn't pretty enough. And yeah, and it just made me feel really shitty and ugly. And I remember one time this guy in particular that always used to pick on me kind of like made like an indirect comment, and he was like, it wasn't even an indirect comment because he outright asked me, but he didn't ask me. It was like, just out of curiosity, Winnie, how come some girls are just fat? And obviously he was insinuating that I was fat. But yeah, so overall, although primary school for me was like full of laughter and stuff, there I had a lot of fun times as well. I just felt really ugly. And some of the little boys that would, hang out with me or talk to me, obviously as a innocent friend, people would then kind of bully them and mock them for like talking to me, or like make jokes like, like, do you like her and stuff like that. So from that age, it was kind of indirectly embedded in my head that I wasn't pretty, or, I didn't fit into the definition of what somebody beautiful or pretty should look like. Now fast forward to secondary school days, which is like early teens, like 12, 13ish, 14ish. You kind of get my drift. The ages are obviously not going to be exactly as it should be, but I did lose a lot of weight. It wasn't necessarily like I was starving myself or so, but I just, I didn't have a big appetite as such. So around that age group, I naturally became very slim and petite in shape. So I went to an all-girls school. That was an experience. But nevertheless, again, I was always kind of made to feel like, why do you not have a black girl's figure? I remember one time there used to be this girl that I was really close with. Again, I actually went to nursery and primary school with her, and we went to the same secondary school. And I remember one time we was just hanging out in my house, and at the time I was wearing a belly top and like tracksuit bottoms. And I think I was doing my hair or so, and she was kind of sat on my bed just like looking at my figure, and she was like, you probably have like a white girl's figure, like you don't really have a bum and you don't have no hips. And obviously she was slim too, but you know, she had a bum. She had a nice bum, and she used to get a lot of male attention, or like when we go out and stuff. And most of the times when we go out, it would be me and her. Guys would approach her, and I would just kind of be like, you know, that ugly friend, just chilling in a corner, waiting for them to finish talking to her, and yada yada. But yeah, when she made that comment, it actually really cut me deep. I was like to her, what do you mean by I have a white girl's figure? She was just like, well, you know, us black girls, we have like bum, we have hips, we have shape. Like, you don't really have a shape. I mean, it suits you though, but you don't really have a shape. And yeah, it's just so messed up, but it's something that sticks with you. When you're continuously told something, or you're continuously made to feel some type of way, or you know, you have your, you know, people the same race as you telling you that you're basically not black enough because you don't have a black woman's figure, it's very stupid. The bottom line is, it's actually ridiculous, because irregardless of race, all women are beautiful, and we are all different shapes and sizes. And this specific ideology that you are not black enough if you don't have wide hips, and you don't have big boobs, and you don't have big thighs or big bum, needs to die. But the problem is, it's within our own black communities that this ideology is being shared, and it's within our own black communities that this idea is killing black women's self-esteem. I can't really talk about other races because I'm not another race. I'm a black woman, and I've always been made to feel like I'm either too ugly, too dark skinned, too fat. My body shape is not good enough. Like, I'm not black enough because I do not fit a specific stereotype. And I thought I would make this video to kind of share my experiences, because you know what, like, whether you have good experiences, whether you have bad experiences, like, all these things shape who you are, and it also affects how you view yourself. And for a very long period of time, I viewed myself in a very negative light, so much so there's a lot of clothing that I would avoid wearing. Like, I would avoid wearing leggings, I would avoid wearing jeans, because I felt like, oh, jeans are for like women that have a big bum, and I don't have a big bum, and like, I'm flat, and I've always been told that I'm flat, so I cannot wear specific clothing because I've been told and I've been made to feel like I am not worthy enough to wear these type of clothing. So for a very long period of time, I would avoid certain clothing for the sole reason that I felt like I didn't have the right figure to be rocking these items. And it's kind of fucked up, because it's like, people can talk about it and people can make it seem like it's something that's not that deep, but looking back, it actually is that deep. So much so, like, when I look at stuff like social media and I see people making these comments, whether it is a white person, whether it is a black person, like whoever this may be, it really triggers something within me, because it's just like, how dare you think that a woman's body was solely created just for you to judge us? Like, we are not womanly enough because we do not fit into your definition of how a woman's body should be, or specifically how a black woman should be. But what makes you think that a black woman's figure should be a specific way? I think it was 2013, just before I was about to go on holiday to Ghana, and I bumped into this guy. This is the same guy that I was talking about, that you used to pick on me in primary school. I bumped into him. In fact, he didn't really clock me, but I, you know, recognized who he was. So I stopped him and we got talking. And he kept on expressing like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you look so different and you're DR. And obviously we exchanged numbers. And when we exchanged numbers and we got talking like a while, this guy was trying to come at me like he wanted to date me. And I was like, oh hell no. You made my childhood experience in primary school an absolute nightmare. Like, why did you do those things? Why did you say those things? And he was like, oh, I used to pick on you and say those things because I liked you. And I was just like, you used to make comments about me being dark, about me being fat, about me being ugly, about my breasts at the time being too big, because you liked me. And it was like, even when he was explaining why he used to say or do certain things, to him it was almost like it was banter. It was like he wasn't aware of like the psychological damage that was done, because you know, him alongside other experiences during such a young age shaped a certain opinion and made me feel some type of way about how I saw myself. So I just thought to myself, how ironic. You used to bully me and tell me how ugly I was. And then years later, what, because we're grown, because my appearance has slightly changed, all of a sudden, you're interested in me. I was like, but I'm not interested in you. So yeah, I've really had some horrendous experience. I remember like, there was this guy that I liked. Oh my gosh, back in like 2014, I liked him. And he was having a moment for him to be like, oh, I think you need to do some squats. Imagine. I thought I misheard. I was like, what? Yeah, I think you need to do some squats, you know, so that you can get a bit of a bum. Yeah. Becoming confident is not something that happens overnight. It was a very slow process. I started to accept that, you know what, there's this saying that I always used to see on the time. Oh, Ghanaian girls are known for being thick. Ghanaian girls have a big booty. Ghanaian girls are this, they're that. And you know, it got to a point where when I was slowly becoming confident and I was seeing these comments being made online or whatever, I thought to myself, well, damn, this Ghanaian girl doesn't have wide hips. I don't even have any hips. So much so, like, when my confidence fully started, like, developing, I remember one time I put a picture up on Instagram and the caption was, your favorite hipless Ghanaian. I don't have any hips. You telling me that I don't have any hips, I'm now officially not gonna care. I'm very aware that I don't have any hips. Therefore, I can use it to my advantage and make jokes out of it. What you say about me does not get to me, because my figure is my figure, and I've now fully learnt to embrace how I look. I've learnt to embrace my figure. I now wear whatever the hell I want to wear, so long as I feel good in it. Like, if I want to rock jeans with my no ass, I'm gonna wear my jeans and I'm gonna feel confident, because most times I feel like one of the most important things that a woman can wear, aside from her beautiful smile, is her confidence. Once you have confidence, you can rock anything. That's why I admire women who don't fit a particular stereotype, who embrace who they are, and they still wear crop tops. They may not necessarily have this flat stomach that we're all made to believe you should have when wearing a crop top, but they wear it. And because they wear it in such a confident manner, they look so damn good in my eyes. I'm like, yes, honey, you go, girl. Rock the shit out of that crop top. And that's how it should be. It doesn't matter your size, it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter like what figure you have. You need to work on the confidence that you have within yourself. And what I've discovered is, most times people that want to put you down for stuff like your shape or your size that you cannot change, they're insecure about themselves and they're projecting their insecurities onto you. So the sooner that you kind of realize that, and the sooner that you accept how God has made you, the better. And again, for my women out there who are body conscious and they're not confident with how their body and stuff appears, listen, I know how you feel. And there's nothing worse than, for example, when you're feeling a guy and he's also now poking fun at the way that your body is. You don't need those kind of guys. Trust me, there are so many people out there that will appreciate you for you. And if, for example, maybe you do need to make changes to yourself for health reasons, or you want to, you know, lose weight or whatever, make sure that you're doing it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Don't do it because you're being pressurized to look a certain way. No, embrace who you are, because I feel like once you embrace yourself and learn to love yourself, and even learn to love some of the things that you were previously insecure about. Like, I was really insecure about the fact that I don't have a big ass, but once you learn to love the fact that you, for example, have no ass, nobody can tell you anything. You could see me wearing jeans and be like, oh bitch, you don't have no ass, and I'll be like, I know I don't, but I still look cute though. And then that's it. Just spin things into your favor. Now, I know it's easier said than done, and it's something that takes a good couple of years. Like I was saying, I've only really kind of felt confident about myself from like late 2014, early 2015. But you will get there. But you just need to work on doing little things like looking at yourself in the mirror every day and saying, damn, I like what I see. It's not going to happen overnight, but if it's something that you regularly do, I believe that each time you look in a mirror, you will find new things to love about yourself, or things about yourself that you may have not noticed about yourself before. And the thing is, we're all unique. You need to remind yourself that there's no other person like you on this planet. So embrace who you are. Ignore all the dickheads that want to bully and chat shit, and especially ignore the other women. And you know what, it's always, you know, it's always a big shame when it's your fellow woman as well that's putting you down. That used to really get to me when I used to have to deal with like women making comments about my figure, like, oh, how come you don't do this? Oh, you're a black girl but you don't have that. Oh, you're a Ghanaian girl and you don't have this. Jealousy. Most times the way that people treat you is a reflection of how they feel about themselves. And as, I don't know, cliche as that sounds, it's actually a fact. And the older that you get, the more life experience that you have, you will see that that's true. And that's all I can really say, to be honest with you. So don't feel that you need to be a specific way just because you're a particular race. Don't feel you have to be a specific way as a woman. We are all different. And irregardless of race, irregardless of religion, irregardless of what we believe in, we were all created individually to be different. If we was all created to be the same and look the same, imagine how boring life would be. So believe in your source. Believe in your slay. And I'm gonna leave you with that. But until my next video, goodbye my babies.